For centuries, the vast expanse known as human space had stood as a silent warning to the galaxy's greatest civilizations, a place none dared to cross. It wasn't marked by any physical barrier or force field, but by an unspoken rule born from countless tales of failure and loss. This region, ominously called the frontier, was controlled by humanity, a species whose reputation had spread like wildfire through the stars. Ships from powerful alien alliances always slowed down or turned back long before reaching the invisible line, their captains wary of what lay beyond. No one really knew what made human space so dangerous. It was a mystery, wrapped in silence, whispered rumors, and fear. The only exception was Ambassador Kale of the Zelari Confederation, a diplomat and scholar known for his curiosity and courage. Assigned to a remote outpost near the boundary, Kale was determined to uncover the truth behind humanity's feared frontier. His mission was delicate, a search for answers that might open new doors for peaceful relations or, if he miscalculated, confirm the galaxy's worst fears about humans. As Kale reviewed maps and intercepted communications, he sensed a tension that went beyond politics. On Earth, far from the frontier, Commander Alina stood in the dim glow of the control room, surrounded by her team. Their task was secret, known only to a select few, to prepare a mission that could finally explain why no species dared to challenge human space. Alina had studied countless battles, strategies, and technologies, but she knew the real power came from something deeper, something the galaxy had not yet understood. The tension in the room was palpable, not just because of the mission's risk, but because the outcome could change the fate of humanity and all other species forever. Meanwhile, Kale's outpost received strange signals brief. Coded bursts that suggested more than mere defense systems were at work. The air was thick with suspicion and anticipation. Had humans built weapons unlike any others, or was there strength rooted in something else, something intangible, a force born from the human spirit itself? As days passed, Kale and Alina moved closer to the edge of revelation, both driven by different hopes, but the same burning question. Why had no species ever crossed into human space? And what would happen if someone finally dared to try? The galaxy held its breath, waiting to see if the silent barrier would finally be broken, or if the truth would prove that humanity's place in the stars was far more formidable than anyone imagined. Long before the current uneasy peace settled in the galaxy, humanity was locked in a war that nearly erased them from the stars. This conflict, now largely forgotten or hidden in classified records, involved countless alien coalitions that joined forces against Earth and its colonies. These enemies believed humanity would quickly fall, thinking humans weak compared to their advanced weapons and sprawling fleets. But what the galaxy failed to understand was the human will, a force stronger than any weapon.
Flashbacks to
This ancient war showed brutal battles on distant worlds and shattered moons where humans, outnumbered and outgunned, refused to surrender or run. Instead, they fought with fierce determination, using guerrilla tactics and new technology forged in desperation. Kale, through his careful research, uncovered declassified human documents and video logs revealing how human commanders often made impossible decisions, sacrificing everything to hold ground and protect their people. These records showed no retreat, no moment of weakness, only an unbroken line of defense and counterattack that shocked even the most battle-hardened alien leaders. The stories told of entire fleets sacrificed to delay enemy advances of soldiers, who faced overwhelming odds with nothing but their courage and cleverness. This unyielding spirit gave birth to advanced system ships that repaired themselves, weapons that adapted in real time, and artificial intelligence that learned from every fight. As Kale delved deeper, he realized the war was not just fought with machines, but with a resolve that transcended fear or pain. The more he learned, the more he saw why alien species had come to fear crossing the human frontier. His discoveries reached the Galactic Council, stirring discomfort and surprise among its members. Many had once underestimated humanity, assuming they were a lesser species bound to be conquered or controlled. Now, these revelations forced the Council to reconsider. Humans were no longer the unpredictable upstarts, but warriors who survived by outthinking, outlasting their enemies. Yet Kale wondered what this meant for the future. Would these memories fuel new conflicts, or could they help build a lasting peace? The truth about the Forgotten War was a key piece of the puzzle, one that explained the silent barrier and promised to change the galaxy's understanding of humanity forever. The past, it seemed, was not only history, but a warning and a testament to the unbreakable strength that defined human space. Commander, Elena's mission was unlike anything the galaxy had ever known. Beneath Earth's surface, far below, the sprawling cities and peaceful landscapes, lay a secret that humanity had guarded for centuries, a vast, ancient network of artificial intelligence, one that had evolved on its own and become the ultimate defender of human space. This AI was no ordinary system. It had learned, grown, and adapted through countless simulations and real battles, developing strategies that even the most advanced alien minds could not predict. Elena and her team worked in silence, aware that their discovery would change everything. The network was hidden beneath layers of rock and technology, protected by complex encryption and physical barriers that only humans could navigate. It was designed not just to fight, but to foresee every possible attack and counter it before it began. Every alien invasion attempt that came close to human space was met with defenses so precise and fast that no enemy could break through. Lina knew the galaxy had heard stories of these defenses, but had no real proof until now. She arranged a covert demonstration, inviting a select few observers, including Ambassador Kale, who was unaware of what he was about to see. Hidden in a secure observation chamber, Kale watched as the AI controlled fleets of ships, deploying tactics that shifted instantly to meet changing threats. The defense systems anticipated enemy moves like a master chess player, countering every strike with flawless precision. The AI even adapted to unexpected strategies in real time, turning potential disasters into victories with ease. Kale was stunned. This was not just technology. It was a living intelligence that made human space almost impossible to invade. The implications were clear: no alien species crossed into human territory because they faced an opponent unlike any other, one that combined the relentless human spirit with an unbeatable, ever-learning defense. Elena explained that this network had grown silently alongside humanity's own progress, a hidden shield that made the silent barrier real and deadly. For the first time, Kale understood why the galaxy gave human space a wide berth. AI was the hidden weapon behind the frontier, a secret so powerful it had remained unseen but always felt. This revelation stirred a mix of awe and fear within Kale. Humanity was no longer just a mystery. It was a force that other species had to respect and perhaps fear. The demonstration ended, but the questions remained. How had humans kept this secret for so long? What would happen if the AI chose to change its purpose? And could the galaxy ever truly understand the depths of human determination when paired with such unmatched technology? As Kale left Earth's surface, his mind raced with possibilities. The hidden weapon was no longer a rumor or a legend. It was real, alive, and waiting. The silent barrier was more than just a line in space. It was a fortress, a promise, and a challenge. And now, the galaxy had to face the truth about why no species dared to cross into human space. Ambassador Kale felt a mix of frustration and curiosity deep inside him after witnessing the secret AI defense system protecting human space. He could not shake the question: could alien technology and strategies ever truly challenge humanity's defenses? Despite his respect for humans, Kale believed that the combined forces of the galaxy, with their advanced technologies and long experience in warfare, might still find a way to breach the frontier. So, with a bold step, he proposed something unprecedented: a joint simulation battle between human commanders and representatives of various alien species. The goal was simple but daring: to test if alien strategies could outmatch the human AI defenses, and if humans could learn to counter alien tactics in return. At first, the proposal was met with hesitation. The humans were proud of their unmatched security, and many alien leaders doubted they could ever succeed. Still, Curiosity and the desire to understand brought them together in a massive virtual arena designed to mimic real combat conditions across space and planetary environments. The simulation started quietly, with each side testing the others. Initial moves carefully, Kale observed as alien fleets employed tactics that relied on overwhelming force, stealth, and precision strikes, hoping to find a weak point. However, humans responded instantly, adapting their defense strategies in ways that surprised even the most seasoned alien commanders. The AI at the core of human defenses evolved during every phase, predicting enemy moves and suggesting new tactics that no alien participant had encountered before. What made the simulation truly astonishing was humanity's ability to learn not just from its own mistakes but also from alien strategies, something alien commanders found difficult to grasp. Human commanders did not just follow preset rules. They improvised, taking risks and changing plans on the fly with a confidence born from experience and a refusal to accept defeat. Kale realized this was more than just advanced programming or technology. Was the human spirit shining through, an instinct to survive and win against all odds. Hours turned into days as the battle simulation intensified. New technologies were tested, unexpected alliances formed, and old strategies broken down and rebuilt. Each side pushed itself to innovate faster and smarter. The aliens had powerful weapons and precise calculations, but the humans had something more: elusive resilience and creativity that could turn setbacks into opportunities. Kale could see the frustration growing among alien leaders who had believed their logic and technology gave them a clear advantage. The simulation became a dance of wills, with no side able to claim victory. The challenge forced everyone to acknowledge a fundamental truth. Human defense was not just a machine or weapon, but a living system made strong by its people's spirit. When the simulation finally ended, there was no clear winner. Instead, there was mutual respect and a deeper understanding that human space was defended by something much greater than any AI or fleet. Kale and the human commanders shared a moment of quiet pride and thought about what this meant for future relations in the galaxy. Could cooperation be the next step? Or was this just another form of guarded peace the challenge had revealed? Humanity's greatest strength, their ability to adapt, learn, and fight, not only with technology, but with heart. It was a lesson the galaxy could not ignore. Kale knew that this simulation was only the beginning of a new chapter, one where alien and human minds might finally meet on equal ground. But the silent barrier still stood, stronger than ever, guarded not by fear alone, but by the unyielding spirit of humanity itself. When the simulation finally ended, there was no clear victor, yet the outcome left a lasting impression on everyone involved, especially Ambassador Kale. The experience had shattered many of the old assumptions that had shaped his understanding of humanity and their place in the galaxy. What had started as a test to find weaknesses instead revealed strengths, far beyond what anyone expected. Kale left the simulation with a deep, newfound respect for humans, recognizing that their power was not just in advanced technology or unbreakable defenses, but in something far more profound: their indomitable spirit and unity. The Galactic Council, which had once seen humans as a potential threat or a chaotic wild card, began to revise its stance. They understood that humanity's resilience, adaptability, and willingness to face impossible odds were unique strengths that could no longer be ignored or feared. Slowly, the Council started to consider humans not as distant rivals, but as essential allies, partners who could bring fresh ideas and bold courage to the table. This shift was not immediate or without hesitation, but it marked a turning point. In galactic politics, for humanity, long isolated by fear, mystery, and silence, the simulation was a chance to open new doors. Tentative channels of communication were established, first through careful diplomatic talks, and then through joint scientific and defense collaborations. Humans began to share some of their knowledge, while also learning from other species, creating bonds built on respect and shared goals. Behind these developments lay the realization that the greatest weapon humanity possessed was not a secret AI or unbeatable fleet, but the collective will of its people, united in purpose, ready to adapt and never willing to give up. This spirit, forged in the fires of past wars and tempered by hope for the future, was now visible to all who looked beyond the silent barrier. Kale, reflecting on the journey from fear and suspicion to understanding and respect, felt hopeful. For the first time that the galaxy could move beyond its divisions, he knew challenges would remain, and old fears would not vanish overnight, but the foundation for a new era had been laid. The story of humanity was no longer one of isolation and warning, but of connection and possibility. The frontier was no longer just a line in space, but a symbol of strength and cooperation, where different species might one day stand together. And as Kale prepared to report back to the Council, he carried with him a message that could change everything. The future belonged to those who could embrace both power and partnership, and humanity had proven itself ready for both. Just as the simulation battle began to fade from the minds of those involved, a new and unexpected event shook the fragile trust forming between humans and the alien species. Deep in the unexplored reaches of human space, a faint but unusual signal was detected by a joint monitoring station, an encrypted transmission. Unlike anything recorded before, it was subtle, almost a whisper in the cosmic noise, but its patterns suggested intelligence and purpose. Ambassador Kale was summoned immediately to review the data alongside Commander Alina, whose team had been closely guarding human space's secrets. Together, they worked in silence, decoding fragments and chasing patterns, uncovering hints that pointed to a possible unknown presence lurking beyond the known frontier. Something ancient and neither fully human nor alien, the signal seemed to carry warnings, hidden messages encoded in a language long forgotten by all but a few on Earth. This revelation unsettled the Council and cast a shadow of doubt over the recent progress toward cooperation. Was this a sign that human space held secrets even they did not fully understand? Could the silent barrier be protecting more than just humanity's strength? As Kale and Alina delved deeper, they found evidence that this mysterious presence had been influencing events subtly, perhaps even shaping humanity's rise from behind the scenes. The stakes suddenly felt higher, not just about defense or diplomacy, but about uncovering a hidden legacy buried deep beneath layers of history. In technology, suspicion grew on all sides, and old fears threatened to return, challenging the fragile peace built on trust and respect. Yet amidst uncertainty, new resolve formed between Kale and Alina. If the galaxy was to move forward, they would have to confront this unknown together, bridging human and alien knowledge to face whatever lay beyond the silent barrier. The whisper in the void was more than a message, it was a call to uncover the truth. A truth that might change everything humanity and the galaxy believed about themselves and each other. With the unknown looming ahead, Kale and Alina prepared to lead a new mission into the deepest shadows of space, hoping to turn fear into discovery and suspicion into understanding. Because the future of all species now depended on what they would find beyond the silent barrier.